Hey, this is Crystal Angela from bmovieman.com, and here with me today is the cast of I Spit on Your Grave. So if each of you could introduce yourself and your character.
Chad Lindbergh, I play Matthew.
Stephen R. Monroe, my character was the director.
I'm Rodney Eastman, I play Andy.
I'm Sarah Butler, I play Jennifer Hills.
Daniel Francesi, and I play Stanley.
All right, well, thank you guys for meeting with us today. So let me go ahead and ask you the first question that you guys most likely commonly asked is, what was it like remaking a movie or re-imaging a movie that has such a cult status behind it?
On my end, it's no different than approaching anything else. You just know that your expectations are different. I mean, every film you do, there's certain expectations. So it's just that there's different expectations, and you have to keep those in the back of your head all the time and make sure that you address all those as well as you can. For this film, it was the subject matter that was difficult to deal with, not so much that it was a remake. So.
And of course for you, Sarah, since you are the main character, what was that like for you, having to basically fill the shoes of Camille Keaton?
Well, I was excited to do it. I know that she got a lot of respect for her role, and for her balls and taking on such a controversial role. But yeah, for me, I looked at it from more of a personal level. Also, just for me, what I wanted to bring to it, and of course, I still wanted to make sure that that I paid my respects to the original and to her, what she did with the role. But it was more of just, I'm trying to look at this from my perspective, how I would react as a woman in that situation, and it was fun. It was cool. I like that we get so much excitement about it because of the name. So that part of doing the remake is really exciting.
Right, and had each of you seen the movie prior to? I know, I'm sure as a director, you have obviously seen it, but had each of you already seen the film?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it just prior to shooting.
Okay.
Might even have been a day or two into shooting.
Right.
And I didn't really, I came into the process in a really quick manner over the course of about 2 or 3 days. And I was talking about it earlier, I didn't have any sort of personal attachment to the film. I had never seen it before, and I had heard of it, but when I got the script, it was under the original title, which is Day of the Woman. So I read the story without any attachment to the history of I Spit on Your Grave or anything, and I just loved the script and thought it was amazing. And only, I came to find out after I was already involved in it, what we were doing. So like they both said, it was way more of a personal journey for me.
I knew the history of I Spit on Your Grave and what it meant in film and in exploitation film. I hadn't seen the movie. I had gone to see it a couple of times, rented it, but it had always been rented out or was something that wasn't available. I followed John Waters pretty closely when I was in college, and one of the things I love about being a fan of his that I try to do with my fans is he always put out the things that inspired him. So John Waters and Quentin Tarantino and all of these great film people that are into bizarre cinema would always reference it and mention it and talk about it. So I knew how important and the reference that it held with that society, but I had not seen it until after my first audition, and it totally lived up to the hype.
Yeah. So what was casting like? How did you know that these were the right characters for this film?
It was a really easy process. I don't do a lot of big long casting sessions and things like that. A lot of times I'll go off of demo reels or prior work, or I'll just know I'll go after this actor, that actor. The producers insisted on doing some casting sessions that I then scrolled through, but everything that I picked from Jeff Branson, who played Johnny, with Danny, with Sarah, and with Chad, were all literally the first or second reads that I saw and just kind of knew, and then just kind of had to start the process of convincing everyone else that I have to convince that that they're the ones. And then the one that we were having trouble with was the Andy character, and then Rodney and Sarah share the same manager, and their manager went, "Hey, how about Rodney?" And I knew who he was, and I watched his demo reel, and I went, this is our, this is a guy. So it was a fairly painless process, except for, constantly having to convince people that these are the right people. That kind of takes a lot out of you. But
Right.
as far as finding the right people, it was pretty easy, and important to me to not have cartoon characters in the movie and have believable, like
Right.
these could be the real guys, you know what I mean? And there are guys like those characters in that part of the country. We all know that, It's like they're,
Unfortunately, yes.
yeah, they're there. So
Yeah.
it was just a matter of finding, believable people. And these guys all carry that subtlety that I love with actors, that it's like all you have to do is say, this is real, and it is real. You're never like having to go, come on, we gotta take this down, we gotta take this
Right.
down. We never really got into any of that.
I think we're really fortunate, and it's a testament to sort of Stephen's eye, that the chemistry is so amazing between all of us, and having never met before when we started shooting the film, it's pretty incredible.